My grandfather told me something simple. Real leaders don't arrive with trumpets. They arrive with work. That's how he talked about Toussaint Louverture. Toussaint was born enslaved on the Bréda plantation in Saint-Domingue, which is known as Haiti today. When the revolution started, he was about 50, already free and well prepared. He could read and write, also spoke more than one language. He knew horses, roads, and people from years as a coachman and steward. When everything fell into chaos, those skills mattered. After the secret meeting at Coachman in the August 1791 uprisings, many local leaders appeared. At first, Toussaint watched and learned. He gathered a small group of fighters, trained them, and kept close to him. For a time, he worked with Spain on the east side of the island, choosing the allies that gave his people the best chance to survive. His style was simple. Be smart, be steady, stay disciplined. He wrote letters, made deals, kept promises that were short and clear, and most importantly moved when the timing was right. The big turn came in 1793 to 1794, because that's when France needed black allies in order to hold the island. So therefore, officials in Saint-Domingue moved toward ending slavery. And in February 1794, the French government abolished slavery across its territories. After France took that decision, Toussaint switched to France's side and brought his soldiers with him. Now the fight had a clear goal: defend the island and protect freedom and law. It pushed training hard. Clean muskets, steady lines, fast messengers, simple commands anyone could follow. From 1794 to 1798, with leaders like Jean-Jacques and Henry Christophe, Toussaint pushed back Spain inland and Britain on the coasts. He used the land like a teammate: mountain paths, sudden rain, hidden crossing points. It wasn't flashy, but it turned courage into real wins. Finally, foreign armies pulled out. Power shifted toward the people who had been enslaved for so long. But the battles or the aftermaths weren't the only problem. Plantations were ruined, food was short, trade was broken. Between 1796 and 1799, Toussaint tried to rebuild. He put plantation work under military rules, with wages or shares. Many people hated this system. It was strict and often unfair, said it would prevent hunger, restart exports, and keep France tied to freedom, so no one could roll it back with a pen in Paris. He also tried to cool down fights between groups on the island: whites, free people of color, and the formerly enslaved, so the whole project wouldn't fall apart from the inside. In 1801, he introduced a constitution. It ended slavery for good, gave the island broad autonomy, made him governor for life, and tied recovery to organized labor. Supporters saw order after disaster. Critics saw too much control. Both things can be true, and the argument still shows how hard it is to build a country right after a war. My grandfather would lower his voice here. When you build a house of freedom, storms will test the roof. In 1802, Napoleon Bonaparte sent a huge army to take back the island and bring back slavery across the Caribbean. War flared again. Through a trick, promises of safe talks, Toussaint was captured, sent to France, and died in the cold at Fort d'Adieu in April 1803. But the system he built held. Dessalines, Christophe, and Pétion kept fighting with the same focus on discipline and timing. The last major battle was held in Capcut, in a place called Vertières. On November 18, 1803 was the battle that broke the French force. They left. On January 1, 1804, in Gonaives, Haiti declared independence. The first free black republic, the only country born from a successful slave revolution. The news crossed oceans like thunder. Grandpa called Toussaint the organizer. He wasn't the whole story, but he made the story possible. He helped turn scattered uprisings into an army, and an army into a working government. Less noise, more structure. Less myth, more method. That kind of leadership, my grandfather said, outlasts storms, and it carried Haiti toward 1804. We will not forget. Thanks for spending time with Caribbean Stories. If this moved you, like the video, share it with someone who needs it, and comment your thoughts. Have a Caribbean story from your family or community? Add it below. We read them. Subscribe for the next episode.